with fear is one of the biggest challenges almost all of us face.
I know it's true for me, and I suppose that it's true for virtually all of our viewers out there today.
But Judy has a report for us now on an author and spiritual healer who's developed a simple system to help us overcome those fears.
That's right, Olivia. Her name is Isha. She's originally from Australia, actually, and I think she's got some good advice for all of us.
You know, life, the human experience comes down to choice, and in each moment we have the ability to choose to be that which we want to be. So we can choose for the fear, we can choose to feel like victims, or we can choose to be masterful creators and choose for the love. And the more we choose for the love, we start to become the love. And to live in that love, to experience love and to give that love to everyone totally changes our lives. And it's simply a choice. You know, I am what I choose. Choose for the love.
The name Isha chose for herself means for human consciousness, and she's made transforming that consciousness her life's work. She's the author of Why Walk When You Can Fly, founder of the Isha Foundation for Educating Peace, and she now travels the world teaching her transformative system. Early in her adult life, she parlayed her passion for horses into a successful career in the racing industry in Australia. But economic reverses and the deaths of her boyfriend, father, and grandmother sent her into a severe depression. That led to a spiritual journey during which she developed a system using powerful statements called Facets to help herself and others move from fear and doubt to love and confidence.
Well, I started going inwards and I started to have a really deep look at myself. I started using what I call facets, and I took them inside myself and I started to remove the fear, remove the limitations, remove everything that made me want my addictions, and I started to find this place of internal peace and joy that was within me. And these facets you think in the mind, and they create a perfect coherency between the right and left hemisphere of the mind. And when you have that coherency, it takes the body into a profound level of rest. And when you're in that rest, the body starts to heal. It starts to vibrate in a high frequency and starts to throw off everything that vibrates on a low frequency. The first facet that I teach is praise love for this moment in its perfection. And when I'm talking about perfection, I'm talking about the perfection of love that's always present in each moment. So we think it in the mind and we put our attention in our heart. Now, we can do this with our eyes closed, but another way we can use it is when we're in stressful situations externally, or we're worrying about the future or regretting the past, we can start to incorporate the facet into each moment. So we come back into the present moment and we're anchored inside instead of following the stressful thoughts of the mind or the fears or the guilts or the doubts outwards. We come back into this moment. Thank love for my human experience in its perfection. And that's the second one. And again, it's the attention in the heart. The third facet is about our connection to that love or the divine or whatever we call that spirit or consciousness. And it's love creates me in my perfection. Okay? And again, it's the attention in the heart. And the fourth facet is Om-unity, which unifies everything, and it's talking about unified consciousness and that we're all one, that we're all the love, and that's what underlies everything. So we think the four facets, it's very important to think the four of them because they're all going for different stresses that we have in our lives that stop us from experiencing unified consciousness. And you just think them in the mind and then you leave a space and put the attention in the heart and then you think it again. It's very gentle. You don't put them on top of each other. You just think them, leave a space, go into the heart, think it again, and it's a very gentle process. And in total you do it for an hour a day with the four facets, but you could do 20 minutes 3 times a day. And you'll find that it's very easy to do. Like initially it might be a little bit difficult because the idea of perfection annoys the mind in the beginning, but then when you start to go into the heart energy point here, or the chakra, it starts to expand and it starts to become easier and easier. And when you're walking around, you just think them whenever you want. You can choose whichever. Usually the first one about being in the present moment, it's the best one to use. And you just have it there, and they glue to the mind very quickly. Like, you'll find that they're very easy to remember.
I find myself using Isha's first facet a lot.
Yeah, what is it?
Praise love in this moment for its perfection. When I'm in a stressful situation, I say that to myself a few times, and then I find it really does kind of shift my energy.
Yeah, it's nice. Praise love for this moment in its perfection. What a wonderful thought. I can see why it'd be very powerful.
Yes. And as we saw in that report, that's only one part of Isha's system. We'll go deeper into that system in our next healing quest.
But right now, we're going to find out about tomato power to you, and why it can make our hearts so happy. Stay tuned.